The Mazda CX-5 has long been rated as one of the top products in the compact crossover class. It was known for its upscale looks, high value, and of course great handling. Now for 2017, Mazda is already replacing it with an all-new model, which they are promising corrects the few flaws that people saw in the old one. As always, this review will cover the entire CX-5 range, including Sport, Touring, and Grand Touring trims. So let's go ahead and see if the new CX-5 is the best overall package in this hotly contested segment. We are pleased to announce that we will now be filming Mazdas, thanks to our new partnership with Paul Miller Mazda, located here in Lexington. If you would like to find out more information about their dealership and massive inventory of Mazdas, then click the link to their website provided in the video description. The CX-5 comes with a regular Mazda key fob. It's nice and lightweight, with a slender shape. You do get advanced keyless entry on all but the base model. Let's start off this review by checking out the changes under the hood. Despite big changes to the outside and the interior, Mazda didn't change too much under the hood. That means all models are powered by a revised 2.5-liter Skyactiv 4-cylinder engine, which produces 187 horsepower and 185 pound-feet of torque, up slightly over last year. The entry-level 2-liter engine is no longer offered. Paired to the one engine is one transmission, a 6-speed automatic with manual shiftability. You can also choose between front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive on all three trim levels. In regards to fuel economy, the front-wheel drive version is rated at 24 city, 31 highway, 27 combined, and the all-wheel drive version at 23 city, 29 highway, 26 combined. These are down slightly from last year's ratings, but that's only a reflection of the changed EPA testing procedures, so you won't see any difference in the real world. Anyways, now let's check out the new upscale exterior design. The original CX-5 was the first model to get the attractive Kodo design language, and now the second-gen CX-5 gets the second iteration, with what they call reflection-based surfacing. Fancy design terms aside, you can immediately see the changes, starting with the grille. It's a lot wider than before, with a shape similar to the bigger CX-9. The inside is finished in black mesh, with a large emblem in the middle, and then a U-shaped chrome accent, which leads into the headlight unit. The lighting itself has seen a big upgrade this year, since all models now receive full LED headlights, which do include these BMW light daytime running lights. Down below you will find LED fog lamps on the Grand Touring only. I highly doubt much off-roading will ever be done in these, but 7.6 inches of ground clearance is plenty for a gravel road or something else fairly tame. Coming up to the wheels, these large 19-inch alloys with dark gray accents come standard on the Grand Touring. I really like these wheels, but the 17-inch alloys on the other two trims are nothing to scoff at. For brakes, you have 11.7-inch ventilated disc in the front, and 11.9-inch solid disc in the rear. The tires are all seasons, as expected. All CX-5s have body-colored power-adjusting mirrors, with the Grand Touring adding heating. It's super hard to see, but there are blind spot indicators in the mirrors. Looking at the side profile, there's not a huge difference in the overall look, partially due to the fact that the size has only grown by 0.4 of an inch. At 179.1 inches long, it is a few inches shorter than most of the competitive set, but that doesn't impact rear occupant space. Moving to the very important safety ratings, the new CX-5 hasn't been rated yet. However, the outgoing model scored the highest distinction of a Top Safety Pick Plus from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. So, there's no reason to think that the new one would move backwards from that. Smart City automatic emergency braking is also now standard across the board. And radar cruise, lane keep assist, and high beam control come on Grand Touring. As we move around to the rear, you'll notice the same sporty and upscale appearance from the front. The design makes things look wider than the outgoing model, even though it isn't. These taillights are really cool looking, since they basically mimic the look from the Miata. They are fully LED on this Grand Touring. Also, like the Miata, you have dual chrome exhaust outlets on all trims. And since this is an SUV, I'm obligated to tell you the tow rating, even though most will never make use of it. It is rated at 2,000 pounds, which is pretty much the same as all the competitors. You've got your wiper and rear spoiler. But strangely enough, no roof rails come on any trim. The CX-5 has two different tank capacities, depending on whether it's front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. The extra half gallon of capacity means the slightly less efficient all-wheel drive version gets basically an identical fuel range of 400 miles. By the way, that extra circle is there because this car is expected to be offered as a diesel in the near future, and that's where the urea injector would be. Well, that pretty much covers all the exterior changes, so now let's see the even bigger changes on the inside. When you first look inside, the move upscale is immediately apparent. The design now has the horizontal layered look, much like Audi and Lexus. Each of the three trims has different seating materials, with the base Sport getting only black cloth seats. The Touring switches that to leatherette and suede seats in either black or silk beige, while the Grand Touring gets real leather in either this black or parchment. Coming to the door trim, you have the same upscale look. The armrest is nicely padded leather with stitching, and so is most of the rest, even the very top portion. The Grand Touring also adds this very realistic faux wood trim. Only the driver's window is automatic up and down. On the Grand Touring, the seats are 8-way power adjusting with 2-way power lumbar. This trim also includes 2-person memory seats. Like I mentioned earlier, this is real perforated leather, and it's got a ton of contrast stitching. Very attractive look overall. Taking a closer look around the cabin, the materials look and indeed are very rich. You have stitch padded materials on the upper portions, and even stitched leather on the center tunnel. The gauges also take a fair bit of Miata inspiration, with 3 distinct areas, the last one which is a new 4.6-inch multi-information display on Grand Touring. We also have a heads-up display, which is relatively unheard of in this class. It can display a variety of information, including navigation instructions when activated. This is part of the premium package. For steering, the CX-5 is still power-assisted rack and pinion, with a full leather-wrapped steering wheel to control the best-in-class handling. On the left side you have the standard affair of buttons, and on the right you have the cruise control. We have a few extra buttons since ours is adaptive. The front wipers are also rain sensing on Grand Touring. Finally, the wheel itself is tilt and telescoping for all models. In regards to the very important aspect of storage, the CX-5 excels. The center console is 2-tiered, and this part can be removed. Under it is a deep area, also felt lined, and there are also several connections, including 2 USB ports, an aux jack, and a 12-volt outlet. In the front of the vehicle, you have a deep recessed bin, and it too has a 12-volt outlet. Coming to the shifter, all models get this nice leather-wrapped one. Pushing the shifter to the left allows for manual shifting, but there are no paddle shifters. And next to it you have a nice toggle to activate the sport mode. When you go into reverse, the standard backup camera will appear. It does have distance markers, although strangely no dynamic guidance lines even on this top-end model. Underneath it, you have an electronic parking brake and a brake hold feature. This feature would allow you to take your foot off the brake when activated, like at a red light, for example. Like you'll find on an Audi, the volume knob is down here. What you are hearing now is the 10-speaker Bose sound system, standard on the Grand Touring. On a random note, the new CX-5 offers a lot more sound deadening materials to make the cabin a lot quieter than the outgoing model. Next to that knob is the commander control knob, which again reminds me of German luxury cars. This is the dual zone automatic climate control found on Touring and above. Controlling everything is super simple, and I appreciate how all the functions are here and not spread out in the screen, for example. Above them are your 3-stage heated seats, nicely included on all but the base model. The heated steering wheel, however, is only available on premium package GTs. And now that brings us to the Mazda Connect system, which comes standard along with this 7-inch screen. It can be controlled by touch or by the knob, so let's take a quick look. This is the home screen with 5 simple sections. Starting off in audio, I have my phone connected through the standard Bluetooth. You can easily control the functions on this screen, like playing and pausing songs. There are a ton of other audio sources, and they're all listed here. aux and USB would be available to select if I had something plugged into them. Next we have communication, which is what other automakers call phone. You can easily access a list of your contacts synced over from your phone. Next we will check out navigation. This will come on Grand Touring and Touring models equipped with the preferred equipment package. Pressing the arrow in the corner brings up all the options for the map and setting a destination. One last thing I want to mention is that neither Android Auto or Apple CarPlay are included yet. But Mazda has said that when they become available, owners will be able to update. That's all I'll cover in this video, but if you'd like to see a more detailed look, including a deep dive into the settings, then check out our dedicated tech help video. A link to that video is provided in the description. Up here you've got an auto-dimming mirror with HomeLink universal remotes built into it. Mazda includes a power moonroof for the Grand Touring. It has a wide opening, but you cannot get a panoramic one like you can on some of the other competitors. So overall, the cabin of the new CX-5 is extremely impressive. Having been in most of the competition, including the 4 bestsellers, I can say without a doubt that this offers the most luxurious cabin. Combine that with a high level of standard equipment, and I think you have a recipe for success. Now my brother will show you the rest of the new CX-5.
Most brands choose to cheapen out their rear door trims, but with the new CX-5 that's just not the case. It's composed of the exact same padded leather throughout, and it still even has the stitching. The window back here is power, but not automatic. Space-wise, the new CX-5 comes in at 39.6 inches of legroom and 39 inches flat of headroom. Its biggest competitors, the Rogue and RAV4, slide in well below that figure. The seat itself is firm, but still soft enough to be very comfortable. After you get in, you'll begin to notice some of the creature comforts. On Touring and Grand Touring models, you'll get these rear vents. In addition to that, you'll get this nice leather armrest with a hidden storage compartment inside. There's a couple cup holders up here, and then interestingly, our model also has 3-stage heated rear seats. And of course you got lighting up top, a premium headliner, and an assist grip. Legroom is, like I said, above average. You can definitely feel and appreciate that extra space, since behind Drew's position I have tons of space to move around. Even with the seat all the way back, I fit comfortably. So overall, this is the first Mazda I've been in, and I'm very pleasantly surprised. It's obvious that Mazda didn't cheap out on material quality, features, or comfort, and it has more in common with a luxury car than some of its competitors. And since I'm up here, I'll go ahead and fold the seat. It's super easy, just grab the lever and pull. The liftgate is power on Grand Touring, or through a package on the Touring. Once it opens, you'll find 30.9 cubic feet of space behind the second row, or 59.6 cubic feet with them folded. That does place it on the lower end of the segment, but I doubt most owners will notice the difference. Underneath the cargo area, Mazda gives you a full-size spare tire. To fold down the other seat, just use this lever. The passenger seat is 6-way power adjustable on our model since we have the premium package. Other models will get a manual seat, either 4 or 6 ways. The dash is premium leather with stitching, and I think this trim has a realistic look to it. The glove box opens wide, and it's nicely felt lined and dampened. Well guys, we hope you enjoyed our first Mazda review on this all-new 2017 Mazda CX-5 Grand Touring. Please stay tuned for the pricing information of this particular model, as well as the rest of the CX-5 lineup. Also, be sure to help us out by liking, subscribing, and commenting, and come along with us next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.